Hey everyone, so today I'm just going to make a quick video on how to take a regular pattern like this, it's usually like flimsy tissue paper, and turn it into something like this. It's a little bit more durable and you can reuse it a little bit easier. And you can see behind me I have a bunch of them up on a hanger, so I'm able to reuse them over and over and over rather than working with this thin flimsy tissue paper. So really quickly, you're going to need a pattern, you're going to need some interfacing with the fusible glue on one side. I have, this is plastic coated freeze paper, but I usually buy, I believe it's parchment paper. I have my scissors, I have a rotary tool, an iron, an ironing board. So as far as the iron goes, I think I have it on like a medium setting, so this is like a 4. Make sure your steam is turned off. What you're gonna do first is basically you're gonna take your pattern comes, out of the package like this, and you just trace around each pattern. So in this case, I use a rotary tool because it's much faster. So I just lay it on a surface where I'm not gonna cut or scratch up a surface. And I took this pattern piece and I just went around each edge and cut it out with my rotary tool. So now that I have my pattern piece, I am going to press it, get it smooth, so that it's ready to be transferred onto the interfacing paper without any wrinkles or anything like that. So I can just go through and press. This is probably one of the most useful sewing tips I ever received. I sew predominantly from patterns and then I just edit them however I want. It's adapted to what I need. Let's say for like a bodice top, a sweetheart bodice, I can literally just pull it down from my set here of different patterns, quickly put it down, trace it the size that I need, put it right on my fabric, and I'm off, put it back up, and that's it. So it saves me a lot of time versus working. I know a lot of people work with the tissue paper, and I can't imagine going back now. This saves me so much time. There we go. So now that I have that pressed, just move it out of my way a little bit here. It's a little bit static, you have to press it. So this is the interfacing that I'm going to be using. I buy this at Mood Fabrics here in New York. This is, I think, one of the heaviest weights, and you can get this at Joann's. I've got it there before. I think this is $3 to $5 a yard, but I don't know if you could tell. Maybe I'll do a photo or bring this camera closer. But this side is really, really, really shiny. So that's the fusible side where the glue is. And this side feels almost like a canvas material. So here's the back side. This is more matte, and this is the shiny side that has the glue. So what I'm going to do is lay this out, this interfacing out, so that the shiny side is facing upward. It's facing towards me. And I'm going to take my pattern and I'm going to put the back side of the pattern. So you can read it right now. It says 14. I'm going to put it so that I can actually read it. So you're putting the back of the pattern piece onto the shiny side. So I have it here. I have it positioned. Now start right in the center. And I can press firmly for about 10 seconds in each section. And I'm just going to go through the entire pattern piece and press it pretty firmly down. I'm moving a little bit quickly because I don't want you guys to have to sit there forever and watch me iron. It's pretty boring. But see, so this edge right here is the edge of my pattern isn't touching the edge of my interfacing. So there's glue exposed here and I don't want that on my iron. So that's the time when I would come in, bring that parchment paper, or the freezer paper, this brand calls it. This is Reynolds, the Reynolds brand. And I can put down the parchment paper, freezer paper, and press on my iron without getting glue from the interfacing onto my iron. Here I'm showing you guys the sticky, shiny side of the interfacing that we don't want to touch our iron. So this is the shiny side of the freezer paper. I'm going to put that down. And then I can press that glue there without worrying about getting on my iron. It'll stick a little, don't worry, just peel it off. And you're good. can get that edge nice and hot and adhered to of the pattern. I can get the edge pressed nice and firmly onto my interfacing. It'll stick a little bit, don't worry. In this case, it's just sticking to the interfacing, so I just pull it off the side. This isn't anything fancy, it's fine. So I'm just gonna keep moving. I'm gonna do this quickly so that you guys can see the last part that I do. Usually I start in the center, like I said, and I work my way outward so that you don't get any bubbles or lines in your pattern. So now that I've very quickly pressed this pattern onto my interfacing, I'm just gonna take my scissors, and you can just cut the edge of the pattern and the interface. Easy here. Ta-da! One side down. If you know you're going to be doing like sewing only a size 14 on your pattern, and maybe that's the smallest size that the pattern comes and it's on the inside, you could cut it to exactly the size that you need and just press that size. I do all the sizes, so if it's a 14 to, in this case, sorry, it's an 8 to a 16, I'm going to use the full pattern piece and press it down all the way to the size 16, so that if I need to make it in the future for somebody that's, you know, size 10, I have that size. So a lot of times I'll go over the edge. Now that I've cut out my pattern piece, I'll go over the edge and press again just to make sure it's like nice and firmly attached to the interfacing. I can take tracing paper, I can lay that down over top of this piece. I can trace out the size that I need, put any of the notches or darts onto my tracing paper, and then hang this back up, use my tracing paper, pin it to whatever material I'm using, cut around, and then I can just, you know, get rid of that tracing paper, and I have my pattern piece the exact size that I need. And I can use this, I can reuse it over and over and over, this pattern piece, without having to worry about ripping or tearing this flimsy tissue paper pattern. So hopefully this video helps. Give this one a try. This really does save me a lot of time when I'm sewing. For those of you out there sewing from patterns, this is going to be a game changer for you. If you have any questions, you can leave them below. Please thumbs up this video, and you can subscribe to my channel because I'm going to have more videos like this. If you can't reach me there, you're having trouble, you can reach me at on Facebook at Dakota Green, or I'm at Instagram, Dakota_Green_NYC. I hope this helps so much. I really think it's going to save you a lot of time, so give this one a try if you are sewing from patterns. Have a good one and happy sewing!